Let me ask you something ugly. What if the biggest reason you feel exhausted isn't because you work too much, but because you tolerate too much? What if you're not actually tired? You're overexposed. Overexposed to people who drain you. Overexposed to responsibilities that aren't yours. Overexposed to expectations you never agreed to. And here's the real kicker. What if burnout isn't a mental health issue, but a life design issue? You think you need more rest? Cute. Maybe what you really need is fewer people, fewer obligations, fewer fake emergencies, fewer things pulling at your sanity. Today, we're going to talk about burnout like nobody ever does, without the soft, sugary, it's okay, sweetie nonsense. Because burnout is not cured by bubble baths and chamomile tea. Burnout is cured by upgrading your standards, your boundaries, your environment, and, honestly, your entire identity. So let's break it down. 5 chapters, 5 angles you've never heard explained like this. And by the end, you'll understand burnout so well, it'll feel unfair to everyone still drowning in it. Everyone thinks burnout is the result of too much work. Nope. Let me ruin that idea right now. Burnout actually happens long before you feel tired. It starts the moment you tell yourself, I'll deal with it. It's fine. I don't want to upset anyone. I'll push through. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, that's burnout. Every time you act fine when you're falling apart, that's burnout. Every time you shrink your needs to avoid conflict, that's burnout sharpening its knife. People don't burn out because they're weak. They burn out because they're too capable for too long in environments that do not respect them. Want to know the real cause? Here, burnout is what happens when your inner world keeps screaming stop and your outer world keeps replying no. You betray yourself little by little. You ignore signs. You pretend you're superhuman. And society claps like a trained seal. Wow, look at you grinding. Look at you sacrificing your mental health for a job that would replace you in 3 days. Here's the truth. Burnout is not some tragic accident. It's usually a lifestyle pattern that was never interrupted. And the good news? If it's a pattern, you can break it. But first, you have to admit you're not actually tired. You're done betraying yourself. Now let's poke the bear a little. Because society has been feeding you some premium grade lies. Lie number 1, busy means important. No, busy means you lost control of your life. Lie number 2, hustle until it hurts. Spoiler, it will hurt, right until you crash. Lie number 3, you should be able to handle it all. Sure, if you're a dishwasher, not a human being. We live in a culture that romanticizes exhaustion. People brag about sleeping 4 hours. They brag about having no days off. They brag about being always grinding. And you know what? Most of them are silently miserable. The burnout cycle starts exactly here. Your value becomes tied to how much you can endure, not how well you can live. And the worst part? You internalize it. You think something is wrong with you if you slow down. You feel guilty resting. You judge yourself for being tired, like a phone judging itself for needing to charge. The truth is brutally simple. You're not supposed to function like a machine. Machines break, humans shatter. And the fastest way to escape the burnout trap? Stop playing a game you never agreed to join. This chapter ends with a twist. Burnout isn't caused by hard work. It's caused by sustained misalignment, living a life that contradicts your nature. Let's talk about the invisible thieves robbing your energy every single day. Because burnout rarely comes from one big event. It comes from 1,000 tiny leaks you pretend don't matter. Want examples? Sure, let's get rude. Leak number 1, people who drain you, but you keep around because you're being nice. Delete the word nice. Replace it with people-pleasing. Leak number 2, your phone. Notifications, scrolling, comparing, responding instantly. You waste more energy reacting to fake digital emergencies than you do doing actual work. Leak number 3, clutter, mental and physical. Your environment matters. Your brain gets overwhelmed by chaos before you even notice it. Leak number 4, pretending. Pretending you're okay. Pretending you're strong. Pretending you don't care. Nothing burns more energy than acting. Leak number 5, the guilt that comes with rest. You rest for 10 minutes and immediately go after yourself mentally. Am I being lazy? Should I be doing something? Congratulations. You just wasted your rest with anxiety. Burnout is basically a collection of leaks you ignored until the whole system collapsed. Here's the technique nobody teaches. Track your energy leaks, not your time. Your time isn't the problem. Your energy management is. When you close leaks, burnout becomes avoidable, permanent, predictable, and honestly, hard to even reach. Let's destroy the biggest myth. Burnout is not cured by adding more rest. You could go on vacation for a month and still feel dead inside. Why? Because burnout is not about your hours. It's about your inputs. If your life is filled with crap that drains your soul, a nap isn't going to help. Burnout is fixed by subtracting things. Subtract toxic people. Subtract pointless responsibilities. Subtract digital noise. Subtract emotional labor. Subtract guilt. Subtract perfectionism. Subtract expectations you never agreed to. Here's a sentence to tattoo on your brain. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer distractions. You don't need a new morning routine. You need to stop doing the things that make your mornings miserable. You don't need a productivity hack. You need to stop taking on tasks that don't belong to you. And here's the real shocker. A lot of burnout is just emotional clutter. Stuff you hold on to because you don't want to upset anybody. You can't heal in the same environment that broke you. At some point, you must choose yourself, even if it pisses people off. Especially if it pisses people off. Burnout-proof people aren't magical. They just understand one thing very well. Your energy is your currency, and you should spend it like a CEO, not a vending machine. To rebuild yourself, you need clarity. What fuels you? What drains you? What matters? What's noise? Who belongs in your life? Who's just squatting there? Let's give you a few techniques. Technique 1. The 3-column reset. Write down what gives me energy, what steals my energy, what I tolerate but shouldn't. Then destroy the 3rd column. Technique 2. Micro restorations. 30-second resets during the day. Look away from screens. Stretch. Walk, breathe, reset your mind before burnout accumulates. Technique 3. Add friction to your bad habits. Turn off notifications. Put your phone in another room. Make distractions inconvenient. Technique 4. Build emotional boundaries like a brick wall. If someone drains you, limit access. If something stresses you, change how often you touch it. If something doesn't align, quit it. Technique 5. Adopt slow strength. The person who lasts always wins, not the one who burns intense but short. Consistency beats intensity. Quality beats chaos. Rhythm beats adrenaline. You rebuild by protecting your psychological space like it's worth something, because it is. So here we are, back where we started. The problem you walked in with: burnout, exhaustion, that slow, quiet death of your drive, your joy, your ambition. And now you know the truth. Burnout isn't the monster. It's the messenger. It's the loudest alarm your life will ever set. And most people just hit snooze until everything falls apart. But not you. Not after this. Because now you know exactly what's eating your energy, what's draining your soul, what's pulling you into that slow motion collapse you've been calling being fine. You know the lies you've been sold. Keep grinding. Sleep later. Push through it. Hustle harder. And hopefully you've realized how ridiculous that sounds when your body is literally begging you to stop acting like a martyr for things that don't even matter. Listen, if you walk away from this video and do nothing, nothing will change. You'll wake up tomorrow and repeat the same cycle. And next week. And next month. And next year. Until one day you look in the mirror and don't even recognize the person staring back. But if you do one thing, cut one drain, protect one boundary, fix one misalignment, your life will shift. Slowly at first. Then violently. Because that's what happens when you stop betraying yourself. The truth no one tells you is this: your life, does not require more effort. It requires more honesty, more subtraction, more courage to say no, more willingness to stop pretending everything is fine when it's clearly not. You can keep running on fumes, or you can decide that burnout is the moment you finally take your life back. And look, I'm not going to wrap this in some inspirational glitter. It's not going to magically fix itself. You're going to need discipline. Not the toxic kind, but the real kind. The discipline to rest. The discipline to walk away. The discipline to stop saving everyone but yourself. Because at the end of the day, no job, no person, no dream is worth destroying yourself for. Burnout is not your enemy, it's your turning point. So take that seriously. Protect your energy with the same aggression you protect your phone battery when it hits 3%. Because unlike your phone, you don't get a replacement. Now, go fix the parts of your life that are slowly killing you. Start small. Be ruthless. And don't apologize for reclaiming your sanity. You deserve a life that doesn't drain you. Go, build it.